Hello, doers. My name is Jose Ignacio. Welcome back. Today, we're checking in on Stealthy Threads, our fashion forward sister company. We've been branching out from socks and shirts into the world of luxury silk pajamas. But here's the snag: while we usually buy fabric domestically in yards, our new premium and artisan silk comes from overseas, where they measure in meters. Placing an order in one unit and receiving it in another sounds like a mathematical nightmare. Am I right? Well, not with Odoo. Today, I'm going to show you how Odoo's units of measure feature handles those confusing conversions automatically so that you can source globally without a single headache. Enough chit chat, let's dive in. So here we are inside of the inventory app. We're going to click on configuration and then settings over here. All right, and now that we're on this page, we're going to scroll down until we reach our product section. All right, perfect. So inside of this product section, let's make sure that we have units of measure and packagings checked off and enabled. Perfect. If this is your first time turning this feature on, be sure to click Save in the top left corner. Next, we're going to configure our unit of measure categories by clicking on this Units and Packaging's internal link. We can also get to this screen, by the way, by clicking on Configuration and Units and Packagings right there. Boom. Either way, you're going to end up at the same nice little page right here where we have a list of all of our different units of measure organized in columns by, in our case, unit name. And we also happen to have the amount of each reference unit that it contains over here for our reference unit. If that doesn't make a ton of sense, don't worry. Calculating units of measure might seem daunting at first, but it breaks down into pretty simple math. In summary, to calculate what goes into the contains field over here, or how many reference units go into the unit of measure, simply divide each unit of measure by the reference units. So let's actually review this. So let's review our unit of measure for our American fabric suppliers. Remember, today we're looking at bolts of fabric, which we measure in length. Because my company is based in the United States, we want to measure our bolts in fabric of yards in this case. So we've already created this in the database. Let's take a quick look. So let's click into in our case, our YD unit over here. So this unit of measure is our yards. This opens up its form. We've named this YD because it's short for yard, to continue the abbreviated naming convention that we saw over there. Now let's actually look at our reference unit that we happen to have down below. So we've set it to M right there so that our reference of unit over here is in meters. This means that we had to calculate the ratio of 1 yard to 1 meter, or how many meters are in 1 yard, which Google tells me is 0.9144. Great. Now, when we get to the point of purchasing fabric in either yards or meters, Odoo will automatically convert between these units of measure. That's all we need to know about setting up units of measure. If you want to create your own packaging, we can go back to the units and packagings page and click on New over there on the top. After we configure yards as a unit of measure, let's try using it on a product. So we're going to head to the products menu and select products once again. I'm going to update our artisan silk fabric product, so we're going to click it over there. Now this happens to save quantities in the database as, well, you guessed it, we happen to do it as yards. You can see that under both our sales price and cost as well. Now let's add the new vendor by going over to our purchase tab over here, and this time we're going to select adding a line. Okay, so now inside of here, we're going to select Bellini Fine Fabrics. Perfect. We're going to specify that this vendor sells their products to us in meters, just so that we can make sure that everything is selected properly. Okay, we've also been quoted $28 per meter, which is very, very frugal and nice for us. One last thing, I want Bellini Fine Fabrics to be our default vendor for artisan silk purchases moving forward. So I'm actually going to click on our nice little grip button over here to the far left and drag it all the way up to the top. It's that easy inside of Odoo. This is also a good place to let you know that whatever the unit of measure is for this product is what stock operations are performed in. This is set in either the sales price or cost fields for the product, and you can see that back on our general information tab right there. And whatever equivalent unit of measure is set by the vendor, that's not going to matter. Odoo can do that conversion for you. Our artisan silks will always be measured in yards inside of our inventory. Just a reminder of how useful automatic conversion is. Let's see our units of measure in action. Inside of our purchase dashboard over here, We're going to click on new just to get started. All right, so from here, I'm going to specify that our vendor happens to be Bellini Fine Fabrics. You can already guess where I'm going. We're going to head over to our products line over here, and you guessed it, artisan silk fabric. Perfect. All right, so real quick, I want to check how much artisan silk we have in our inventory. So to do this, I'm going to click on the internal link next to our nice little product name. All right, perfect. That takes us over to the product page. Our on-hand smart button up at the top, I can see that we happen to have 219 yards. Cool, but not enough for the upcoming season. So let's head back over to our purchase order through the breadcrumbs, which today is Wonder Bread. So back inside of our product line, I'm gonna add 100. Perfect. All right, that's great. Now we're covered for our upcoming customer orders. And just to be sure, we can confirm that we are purchasing from this vendor in meters. We can also see that right there. Boom, confirm. This PO looks good, so we're going to click confirm order up at the top. And not too much time later, our new artisan silk has arrived. So inside of the inventory app over here, we can see that we have a receipt waiting for us. Let's actually click that. We're going to open this up even further. This brings me to the receipt form, and inside of our quantity field, we received 100 meters or 109.36 yards. Beautiful. So next, we'll click validate just to show that we received the items into our inventory. So now that we've validated it, everything's in the warehouse, we want to see our entire stock of artisan silk fabric. So once that we clicked on the product, we're going to select our nice little smart button up at the top, which happens to show our on hand and our forecasted product. Here we see a super detailed report page that lets us know that we have 329.17 yards. And in this case, it's been converted automatically because just like that, Stealthy Threads is ready for production. By letting Odoo handle the heavy lifting of metric to imperial conversions, we've removed the risk of human error and kept our inventory as fine-tuned as a premium silk weave. Whether we're sourcing silks from Milan or cotton from South Carolina, we can focus on the fashion while Odoo focuses on the math. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, Odooers. No snacks today.